hemos preparado una sorpresa formidable. Vamos a ver lo que fue la entrevista de Carlos Javier en el disco en color con nada más y nada menos que tiempo. Veámoslo.
But let's talk about a little bit about the thing that you have been going on with Mr. John Laurinaitis, one of your favorite guys, so to speak. You have watched how he has actually turned the tables around with John Cena, and he's not a very fan of you. So how do you take it that he's the current manager of both Raw and SmackDown?
Well, unfortunately, John Cena, I'm not going to say he didn't get the job done, but I think he was put in an unfortunate situation, and he had the opportunity to take out Laurinaitis, and he had a little bit of fun with it, and it backfired. So now we're all faced with the unfortunate circumstance of having him as our boss still. It doesn't help that Big Show seems to be his right-hand man now. But if I'm put in that situation with John Laurinaitis, I'm making him go to sleep. I'm not going to play with him. I'm not going to have fun with him. He does make our lives miserable backstage. So I think a lot of, not only fans, but a lot of WWE divas and superstars would be looking for somebody to knock them down a peg. So hopefully I'm that guy.
Well, we have seen it time and time again that you, every time that you get the call, you can actually pipe bomb him or destroy him or just make him look like a complete...
It's not hard.
Well, he puts up for the job. Now, let's focus on one of your opponents. I have to say that your matches with Daniel Bryan have been a complete knockout, drag out. Everybody has been looking forward. In the Over the Limit pay-per-view, we saw you guys go to the extreme, so to speak. Well, you guys are no strangers to each other, yep. But now we're on a different level. Daniel Bryan has actually said and has made it perfectly clear that he is going to become the WWE champion.
Well, good for him. That should be everybody's goal. That should be Tyler Rex's goal. That should be Kurt Hawkins' goal. If you're a WWE superstar, you should want to and think you can become the WWE champion. The only problem with that is the guy who has it is the best in the world. And that's nothing I say egotistically. That's just the way it is. And I don't think there's anybody right now that evenly matches up with me like Daniel Bryan does. We're even across the board on pretty much everything. He can fly off the top rope. I can fly off the top rope. He kicks really hard. I kick harder. He was world champion. I was world champion, and now he's coming for my WWE title. And I'm simply just not ready to give it to him.
No, it's obviously that you don't plan any time to drop the belt anytime sooner. But now let's focus on something else, on guys that, for example, some of you have been following your tweets, and there was a situation with one Stone Cold Steve Austin, and you have said it perfectly clear that if their time comes, you would love to have a match against Stone Cold Steve Austin. How come Stone Cold Steve Austin and not somebody like perhaps Shawn Michaels or perhaps The Rock, who's making a comeback, so to speak? But why Stone Cold Steve Austin?
I would love to wrestle Shawn Michaels. I would love to wrestle The Rock. And maybe at this point those two options are more realistic. I think Rock is more realistic than all three options. I would love nothing more to be, because to be the best, you have to be in the ring with the best. And there's not a lot of people that I can be in the ring with and still learn from. Shawn Michaels, Rock, Steve Austin, all three guys that I would be able to be in the ring with and learn from. And that's really what I crave. I crave the most high-pressure situations so I can, in turn, continue to say that I'm the best in the world. I'll fight anybody, anytime, anywhere. So whether if the Steve Austin CM Punk match happens, or if it doesn't happen, it's not because I don't want it to. It's because Steve doesn't want it to. So the ball is in his proverbial court. Maybe the time is not right. Maybe the place isn't right. I'm not sure. But
you will face him.
I'll fight anybody. And that goes for The Rock too.
Well, a lot of people would love to see that match. We saw John Cena and The Rock on this WrestleMania. Perhaps next year is your WrestleMania moment one more time.
You'd think. Yeah.
Okay, so one final thought on this, and we're close because you have to defend later on the WWE title. The atmosphere of wrestling has gone through a lot of changes lately right now in the States. How do you feel? How is the wrestling atmosphere from golden eras? The current one?
Well, I think the biggest change for us as a company is that we're very much more in the public eye. We're a publicly traded company. It's much more corporate. So a lot of the things that were common practice back in the day, or we would be able to quote unquote get away with, we can't so much do right now. And it's a different business. It's a different atmosphere. I almost feel like I'm one of the old dinosaurs, and it's funny because I'm only 33, but I very much come from the old school attitude that this is pro wrestling. Our boss likes to call it sports entertainment, and he's the boss, so guess what? It's sports entertainment.
Did I just smell a python?
No, I don't think so. I mean, if you want to, I just tell the truth, and that's how I feel things have changed. We obviously deliver a PG product, and I don't necessarily think that's bad. Sometimes I think we go too far with it, sort of like in the Attitude Era. Sometimes I think we went a little bit too far with the other rating. I think there's a perfect balance. I think that's what makes our business special. It's like the circus, and I mean that in the best possible way. I think people have a negative connotation to the circus, but for me, if I want to be entertained, I want to see everything. I want to see the acrobats, I want to see the bears, I want to see the stuntmen, I want to see the bearded lady, the clowns, everything. And I think that's what WWE gives you. WWE gives you the best possible value for your entertainment dollar, and that's just not a company line. That's the honest truth. We have prettiest women on television, divas. We got high-flying action. We have spectacles like Brock Lesnar coming back, The Rock. We got me and John Cena, two of the hardest-working guys in the industry. I think the business has changed, and it's going to change again in the next 5 years. But we're always trying to make it change for the better.
So we are finally changing this thing, and we still haven't seen the WWE CM Punk ice cream bars yet.
Still working on it. I'm gonna start making them in my garage, so if anybody wants to buy them,
don't worry, I'll be one of them. I'll be one of them.